Hey guys, we're just taking a quick look at the BMW 320i 2008 model. It's known as an E90. And I was just got to do a quick change of the air filter, and thought I may as well show you in case there's someone that doesn't know how to do it and is interested. So I've just gone and changed the cabin filter over, and I'll show you that, just where that is, and then I'll show you how to change the air filter. It's pretty easy. Alright, so that's the cabin filter. I've just gone and changed that over. For anyone that's interested in that, or wants to change that over themselves, it's just a couple of 8mm bolts. You got 4 at the back, 1, 2, same on that side, 1 here. This whole assembly just pulls out, and then it just snaps apart. Obviously be a bit gentle with it, and you'll see the filter in there. You just pull the filter out, put the new one in, and just put that back exactly as it is. It's pretty straightforward. I won't show you that because I've already gone and done it. But yeah, as long as you're gentle with it, it's pretty hard to break anything. Just make sure that you take note of which way you take the old filter out so that you get the new one in correctly. Okay, so to the point of today's video, this is the way the air filter is in the 320. Now I've gone and taken out these 2 bolts here, the 10mm bolts, and they just sit in like that. So when you're looking at it from the top, you're going to see that. If I can get that other one out, one-handed. You're also going to see this plug here. I haven't actually gone ahead and taken that apart because we've got enough room to be able to move this around. I believe that's for some kind of oxygen sensor, but as long as you're gentle with it, just be mindful that that's actually still plugged in, so don't go reefing the whole airbox out. Then you should be fine. Below that, you've got the outlet, I guess you'd call it, that goes out, and that's just got a flathead screwdriver with a hose clamp, which is pretty basic. So as you can see, that goes onto there. I've already undone it. That just comes out. You just got to push that out that way, and then you got this flexible piece of shaped hose here, and there's enough room when you go to remove this. You'll gently be able to pull the airbox backwards and pull that off. You want to pull it off that end so that the whole thing comes out at once. Okay, so once you got to that stage, you can gently lift this up. So excuse my camera work. Now you'll be able to see that that's where that hose there connects to, and then you've got that that connects down to the resonate box, I believe. Okay, so being careful and remembering that that wire is still plugged in. If you turn this upside down, you see you've got a number of Torx bits, which are these here. And if you haven't done any work on these kind of cars before, that's what a Torx bit looks like. You'll need that to be able to open it up. I don't know why BMW likes to use Torx bits so much, but yeah, I've found about 20,000 on this car so far. But basically what you want to do is just undo each of them. You can see that one down in here, there's one over there. So in total it looks like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've taken the one off up there. So once I've done that, I'll come back to you. Okay, I just finished undoing those screws. Just be trying to be careful not to lose them. If you lose them down in the engine bay, yeah, good luck getting them back, is all I can say. Alright, now that they're undone, it's going to be difficult to demonstrate this one-handed, but you want to separate the top piece from the bottom bit. I might have to do that and then get back to you. Okay, well, that actually took a little bit of force. I found the best way to do it is to hold the top in place. Remember that wire is still attached. You don't want to try and pull this out of the car. Doing that's going to damage that plug, and you definitely don't want to be doing that. So what I found was the easiest way to do it is to hold the top piece, via this air outlet where the hose connects, and then just lever from this side. So holding it like this and gently pulling it until it came undone. The other side of it was a little bit more difficult. I'll see if I can stop moving the camera so you can get a little bit of a view there. Alright, so now that's done, we'll take this off. You're left with this plastic piece here. You can go ahead and set that aside. And over here, ooh, well, it looks like that hasn't been changed for a little while. That is your air filter. So, just for comparison, this is the new one I got. That was from Auto One. That's in Australia, and that's the part number there, WA1193. Try to open this one head. Okay. Right. So there's the new one. That's the old one. So I'm definitely glad that I'm changing that. The cabin filter was similar, so they are the kind of things that if you bought a second-hand car, they can get ignored a bit. I know that the oil was changed on this pretty regularly. Had good tyres and whatnot, but I couldn't find too much in the service history about changing this over, at least not recently. So in order to pull that out, it's just a cartridge. Just gently, again, I'm trying to do this one-handed, just gently pull that backwards. Like that, and it just pops off. And there you go, you can see that's the old filter. Definitely seen better days. Okay, so go ahead and put that aside, and we'll get our new filter. Now in here, just be careful when you're grabbing it. You can see this thing right there is a sensor, an oxygen sensor. So yeah, you just want to be careful when you're working with it, not to grab that. I noticed before that I said you can hold on to the outside here, but yeah, just be careful with it. Okay, now I'll put this back on. So as you can see, that just slips on. You want to make sure that this lines up. Just gently push it on. When I say gently, it does take a little bit of force. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it, but that's right. As long as it's sitting in there, and it's definitely sitting in place, you'll be able to tell by that when that almost butts up to meet that. Then it should be good. All right, now putting it back together is just a reverse of taking it apart. So you get the bottom part of the casing, just match that up. You can see that's pretty much automatically almost gone in, but the rim, this bit here is going to sit inside that track, and just want to gently make sure that it lines up. This may take 2 hands, so I'll put it back on with the screws, and then I'll get back to you with how to put it back in place. Alright guys, sorry about that. So I got interrupted when I was putting it back together. Anyway, as you can see, this hose goes back on here. This is meant to clip back in. My clip's not the best, but it does stay in there. This hose here goes back on, and then you got your 2 bolts here. Now I'm finding that mine doesn't quite sit down properly. Oh, sorry, it does, but it's just it's a little bit fidgety, and it's just trying to get the outlet hose and this on at the same time. Depending on how old the car is, can be a little bit difficult. But anyway, once you got it back on, just make sure that you tighten this hose clamp back up so that can't come off. Just when you're putting that on, also just check around the bottom to make sure that the hose is actually sitting properly on the housing. And same with this thing. This one's a bit easier to see, but if you look down here, sometimes you can push that on, the top will sit on and the bottom won't, and that's no good. You'll end up leaking air in and dirt and whatnot. So yeah, just a couple of things to look out for. But yeah, there's not really too much else to it other than that. It's a pretty basic thing to do. If you've got any questions, just leave them in a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you like these short videos, I'll probably do a few more in the future, so feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want a notification. Alright guys, thanks for that.